was the moment we needed the most.
Good morning. As the principal of Immaculate Heart of Mary Catholic School, I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to work with a wonderful organization called Arts for Children of Toronto.
Can you tell me about your input in the mural at Mary Immaculate?
Okay, my name is Linda Blix, and I am an artist. I work for the wonderful organization called Arts for Children in Toronto, with British Columbia and the West, and we've got the Pacific Ocean, there's a couple of whales, a salmon, leave the ocean, and it evolves into a native village, and of course the totem poles are very much part of BC. Part of the whole mural is the animals and the birds, because that makes the mural very enjoyable, particularly for the children. The redwood patchwork quilt of fields on many occasions, so I felt that was very important. Now, also having been in Manitoba often in the summers, they have brilliant fields of sunflowers, where all you can see is yellow for miles and miles. So not everyone knows that, but sunflowers are very much a crop that they have in Manitoba. Also, they're just really delightful to be on a mural, because they're such large and dynamic and really fun flowers. We often do sunflowers in murals because of their being really big impact, very well put. We go into the Lake of the Woods, which is at the border of Manitoba and Ontario. And of course, so much of Western Ontario is lakes and wilderness and the woods. Now we have our maple tree, which of course is so much a part of Ontario. And also the color is very lovely to have on the mural as well. We move here into more or less a Georgian Bay landscape. This image was taken from one of the group of 7 artists who were pioneers in going into the wilderness and showing us what the wilderness of Canada looked like. Of course, we have a loon, which is Ontario's provincial bird, and the beaver, which is quite a symbol of Canada. We have down here the Great Lakes, which of course is connecting everything together. Moose, which is a very common image used to portray Canada, largely on beer bottles. Of course, Niagara Falls, which Niagara Falls is one place that many people that come to visit Canada always come to see. And of course the bird. We have trilliums, which of course are of the provincial flower. And of course the maple syrup. And I remember when I was a girl in Manitoba and I would read the books on Ontario, and they had photographs of the beautiful apple trees, and I always thought that would be a beautiful place to live. So now also they gave us a really nice splash of color here. I mean, we don't just think about the images, we also think about the color as well. So of course we have to have the CN Tower. And for Toronto, we just wanted to represent lots of different kinds of buildings and the variety of architecture, and we have City Hall too. And then we go through a bit more of nature until we get to Ottawa and the Parliament buildings. And the students also felt it was very important that we had the poppies to represent our veterans, and of course a big Canadian flag. These were all things that they felt were important symbols. Of a canoe with the voyageur. Unfortunately, we would have loved for it to be going downstream, but the image we had was going this way, and it was too difficult for the students to draw dot opposite. So that's why it's going upstream. And the Quebec stood it out. And a bonhomme. And a lighthouse. Fishing boats in the Maritimes. These were supposed to have been the little violets that are the provincial flower, but this is their creation. So it's a unique violet. And the little towns, which are very, very much a part of all the Maritimes and Newfoundland. And we have a puffin and a walrus. And?
Sure, my name is Elizabeth Reiser, and I'm a grade 5 teacher.
What is your favorite part in the mural?
My favorite part is the northern lights, because I really like when we show color in them every day. Yeah, usually some days every day, and then something plans like that. So you get to choose, what you painted, or you just put in an area? Well, I usually put in an area, but I was able to choose what I would paint.
What did you learn?
Teamwork is getting things done together.
Miss Lodge,
Josiah,
Jude, and we're representing Nomasino.